I can't even believe I'm about to say this, but I have actually been tempted to drop my MidJourney account because I don't find myself going there as much. I also want to mention there is an open source app we've been using a lot called Flux, which also some are calling that the MidJourney killer. But you can use Flux for free locally, or you can run it through a bunch of different sites. It is pretty incredible as well. That's kind of where I'm at these days with image generation.
Yeah, Flux is definitely a capable model. And I think on the ideogram piece, it's worth mentioning that two things stood out to me. One is workflow, and that a lot of people think I need to type in a prompt, I need to get the exact thing that I want. And then if I don't, it's terrible and I can't use it. For ideation, coming up with ideas, just like, hey, I've got a concept that's maybe kind of in my head and I need to flesh it out and draw it out. Letting the model come up with some options around that idea will often get me unstuck. And creating the base pieces that we can use in different elements. So, for example, the podcast cover for this podcast, when we were designing it, we went to Ideogram. We kind of produced an abstract shape out of that. We produced like a logo type, and we went in, we vectorized them, we tweaked them in Illustrator, we threw them together and comped them into a final piece. But that would have taken so much time to think of, I never would have thought of doing what we did without that tool. Using it in a workflow and taking the components as pieces in your creative workflow, I think is something that is often overlooked.